Hello and welcome back to Planet Stronghold Colonial Defence. See if the Rana will back off. I thought I would see your face, Nelson. It's nice someone knows why I'm calling. This will make it easier. I'm asking you to pull back. Normally I would be happy to. Unfortunately I can't leave until I claim the head of your herald. You mean Lola? She's a reporter. That's what I said. Unless the translation program is malfunctioning. Be that as it may, let me proffer condolences to her brood for what must come. She has done me a personal favour for unearthing a plot unknown to me. Unfortunately, the debt I owe her cannot be unbalanced by the harm she would do to my people. There's no way to dissuade you from this decision? No. If you wish to save your herald, then let us cross spears once more. Oh well, worth a pop. The pallid, weak fleshlings. Why won't you give me a century's peace? You might want to change that tone of voice. We don't have any quarrel with you. We seek only to talk. What is there to discuss? You scurry on the surface, wrecking it in your passage, scouring the beauteous mother's face with your trespasses. That is why we seek to stop the Apex Ran. We would stand in your stead to make them answer for their crimes. Your words betray you. From the timbre of your voice, I know there is another reason you wish to intervene, and if I am to withdraw, I must know it. Very well. The Apex hunt for one who speaks the truth, and would silence. They would end a dispeller of falsehoods. We would aid you, but your previous actions damn you. We brought harm to your people, and don't wish to do so again. That is why I am asking you to retreat. Very well. It shall be as you bid. Well, we've managed to pull two of them out of there. I'll marshal the troops. The Dradens and Matrix retreated from the battle, so you'll face only the Apex Ran. Mission 21. Apex Ran territory. Lola, there you are. At least you gave the Apex Ran the slip. Are you alright? Thank goodness you got here, Captain. I forgot just how fast the Apex can move when angered. I could almost kiss you. What was he spoken for, you know? It's just a figure of speech. Besides, I don't want my career and life ended by a jealous lover. Just how did you learn Morse code? Telegraph operator in a past life? I learned it back in the Guerre de Sol. Just think of it like your Girl Scouts. Got it for a history badge. Glad someone recognised it. And here I dropped out of the Scouts for being boring. Why did you leave? I didn't want to tip off the leak. I'm glad to see my subterfuge worked. Are you any closer to figuring out who the spy is? No, but this is just as bad. Look at the back of the cave. What do you see? Uterine replicators. Why would there be uterine replicators back here? Good question. And if you look closely, they're running. There are fetuses in there. Unless I'm mistaken, it looks like there are human fetuses inside. You would be correct, but it isn't just human. Unless I'm mistaken, I see Draden, Vows, and Arnox in the mix. There could be a few others. Then we need to figure out why do the Apex Ran want these. Best guess? Raise them as slaves. They're jumping the gun a bit. Raise them as children and they won't know better. The Apex Ran are thinking of the long term. However, this isn't their handiwork. Someone gave them the replicators. Associates of the leak, no doubt. Don't suppose you'd be willing to tell me who your sources are? I'm sorry, but they're confidential. I may have to use them again in the future. If I was to guess, some of these sources aren't human either. Well, at least no one decided to open up the replicators before the battle. Well met, Captain. Unfortunately, it won't do you much good for what comes next. Indoctrination. Get them while they're young and they're unlikely to question their future. I thought the Apex Ran were better than this. There is no honour in enslaving children. Warriors born and bred, humbled at your might. Those are the slaves of choice. However, my voice isn't the only in the hive. You should know more than this. You know where that leaves us. I won't back down. And I would think less of you if you did. Let's have at it. Okay, we got our 30 cards, so in we go. Okay, assault infantry. Target and get the kill. That lets us deploy a laser turret, so it means we actually add some credits. Apex Spear Totem stationary. Heals 5 hit points every time an enemy unit is summoned. Deploy a Robo-Ant. Ah, heals 5 of his hit points, okay. End the turn. Let it rush card. Ah, he drew 3 cards to his hand down here. Okay. Destroy it. Destroy it. Need more credits, damn it. Excellent. An enemy unit who will give credits when he dies. Thank you. Deploy Agent 0. And deploy some regular infantry. Any units summon... Okay, we are destroying that thing before it really screws us over. That was wasteful of me. This is a long battle because I can't summon much because everything's cost credits. Which I'm going to hang on to because I want either the tank or the machine gun infantry. I haven't decided yet. To be fair, I don't think I'm actually going to have the chance to bring in either. Oh well. The day is yours. Enjoy the victory. Dana Nasalam. Dana Nasalam? In the tongue of the Apex Iran, your name is one of great import. Proudly wear the mantle of the war's tempest. Scene 21. Seriously, what is the Monty Python reference? I want to say it's scene 23, but I'm not sure. And there is our wayward reporter. I trust you caught the story of the century. Beautiful scientist comes close to unlocking the secrets of gigantism. You can't forget the handsome scientist working right beside her. Aww. It's not going to be the same when you leave, Lola. I might be around longer than that. I could request permanent assignment here. By the way, what are in those containers in the hangar? They're taking up so much space I'm having to clean the vehicles outside. Shirtless? And with soap and water? I hope you remember the sunscreen. You do burn rather easily. Hey, that wasn't my fault. I didn't expect Remy to run off with my bottle. I did offer to loan you some of mine. All natural. It works perfectly. Why, I was finally able to tan all over. I know. It's nice to not have an outline on my boxes. I'm sure it works fine, Charlotte. I don't want to slather myself in Borabub glands. Well, that's just one small ingredient, and you know that. Charlotte, how good is it at repelling sand? Well, it's better than a regular lotion. You won't have granules sticking to a freshly applied coat. I detect several life forms in those containers, Raja. Unless I'm mistaken, the majority are human, and an assortment of alien life as well. No, you aren't mistaken. We stopped a shipment of uterine replicators before they could get into the Apex Iran's slimy hands. What? You said smuggling? Okay, that seems a bit surreal. Weapons, explosives, any of that makes sense. Babies? Until you remember the Apex Iran also keeps slaves. If the replicators made it into the depths of their hives, we would be none the wiser. What did Alpha Silurix have to say about this? He's furious. I think he's almost grateful we found the babies. Why would he care? A slave is a slave to them. No, it isn't. There's no honor for one born in slavery, but one captured in battle. It shows your power and strength. As well as contempt. Better to fall in battle and have your spirit die a little each day as a slave. Not to mention practical. I've assaulted hives, and their slaves give the Apex Iran some military flexibility they may otherwise lack. Is it true about the Apex Iran freeing some of their slaves? There is some validity to it, but I've only heard it done for warriors or other acts of bravery. Even their slaves have their own castes. When the Alpha talked about making the captains his own war leaders, he was honouring them in his fashion. It was an honour I could do without. Chief slave doesn't look too good on one's resume. Yeah, but at least they think you have value. Still smarting on what Queen Shilla said. I wouldn't pay it any mind, she was just getting you angry. And an angry opponent is one likely to make mistakes. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. It's about time we took the offensive. First we will... Captain, pardon my interruption, but there is a message coming in from High Command. It is addressed to all human colonies, galaxy-wide. Put it on, Lucius. Brave men and women serving my Imperial forces, I am pleased to report that a ceasefire has been reached with all warring factions. As of this moment, I am requesting all human forces to stand down until terms for a permanent peace have been reached. A similar message is being broadcast to our respected alien adversaries with similar terms. There may be individuals who rile against this decision, but I know only your sacrifice and service. It is with this responsibility and deepest respect that I must seek peace when I can. I will leave for now, but know you will always be foremost in my thoughts. Okay, time for a change of plans. Couldn't we pretend we didn't hear the message? After all, if some of the aliens are going to stand down, perhaps we could pretend solar flare blocked us from receiving it. I wouldn't recommend it. My queen can be rather vindictive for those who act against her orders. Yeah, it wouldn't work. Even if we wiped out all the electronic records, there are too many living witnesses. Something would have to be done with them. Not that I'm recommending this. The next person to even entertain the thought of not receiving the message is going to face a firing squad. Call me naive if you wish, but you could turn this to your advantage, Captain. What did I just get done saying, Charlotte? No, perish the thought. No. What if you invited the alien leaders to a peace summit? That isn't a bad thought, Captain. If they agree, good. If they don't, well, at least to exchange an olive branch. Some might say there is more profit to be had in war, but it's much easier to spend in times of peace. Ferengi rule of acquisition. War is good for business. The immediate next rule of acquisition. Peace is good for business. The whole point of those two laws is basically, yes, there are many opportunities in war, but there are also opportunities in peace, and you just need to be smart enough to know which one to go for at which time. I admit, this isn't a bad idea. Just try and give me some time to speak with my old malcontents. And keep them away from Kristoff's stash too. You don't want them gaining false courage. If they give you further problems, I have some nice empty cells they can occupy. What do you say, Diana? I think our orders are clear cut. Agreed. And if it falls apart, we already know what it's like. Captain, if you don't mind one other suggestion. Yes? Don't be surprised if the envoys bring a gift of some kind. You should be ready to reciprocate. Not until you have to, but it is expected. And if you don't, well, it does give them a political advantage. Please note, you'll now have the chance to do side missions or team talk 2 times. The last one's before reaching the end of the game. Ooh. Oh, bloody hell. Loads more coins. Okay. Psionic Initiate. Given that I'm still choosing to use Charlotte, so Spy, double attack on summon all enemies with invisible and organic lose invisible. Okay, 3 resources of the same type except credits chosen at random. Don't know how many of those I'll use, but... So yeah, that implies that I can do 2 things, but there's nobody who's willing to talk to me. But I've got some side missions I can do. But either way, that... Okay, I'll do a couple of side missions and then... Yes, I've completed all the team talks that I can. Nobody's available to talk to me, so that's fine. So this is just a chance to pick up a few more cards. Let's upgrade that Spy. That's actually a pretty powerful card now. To the point where I'm tempted to take out... I don't know, a lot of these cards are really good. Take out 1 set of volunteers and put the Spy in, I think. And, of course, now I can't afford anything. Ha! Right. Okay. Decisions. Alright, put the Grenadier in, so you can at least hit him with the grenade. Then put the artillery tank in, because he will hit both of them. You could kill him instantly, and I think I want you to. Because that allows me to deploy a marksman team. Marksman, take the shot. Deploy missile turret. End the turn, and good. And 1 more assault mission. Should be pretty straightforward. Okay. Deploy the missile turret, and the sharpshooter squad, and the Spy. And the regular infantry. Spy, you do insanely good damage. Oh no, that was your health, okay. I'm still managing to get confused about which way around the health and the damage are. That's mostly my own stupidity, to be fair, because I keep forgetting, but... yes, I'll try and finish this fight very quickly, because I've only got 15 seconds left. So I'm probably going to end up having to say thank you very much for watching, and I don't think you actually need to see the end of this fight, so I'll say thank you very much for watching, and I'll bring it back in Oh, no, that's victory. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next part.